Hey guys, this video is covering how to import items into Foundry from the Patreon using JSON files, as well as also copying and pasting in macros, either from GitLab or whatever other sources that you're going to be drawing macros from. So in version 2.1.5 of 5e, they made it so then objects must match the type that you're going to be importing in. So for example, if you're going to be importing in an NPC actor, you're going to have to select NPC in the list. Or if it's a normal player actor, then you'll have to choose player character, vice versa with any other thing. Same goes with items. So if you're going to be importing an item, you need to select the item type beforehand when importing it in. Let's go ahead and show an example. Here's the Patreon page for Magic Missile, and then we'll go ahead and scroll down here, and you can see the download link. So we're just going to go ahead and click that, and let's just go ahead and download this file to our hard drive. Now that we're back in Foundry, all we're going to do is create an item, and then we're going to choose spell, since Magic Missile is a spell. We'll just call it number 1, just for the temporary, and then it will go ahead and show us the item that it created here. So we'll just close out of that. You want to locate the item 1 in the directory, select it, right click on it, and then choose import data. It'll ask you to locate the file on your hard drive. And I saved everything to our demo folder. And then from here, we'll go ahead and just choose Magic Missile and hit import. And it will go ahead and import that file in. So now you can go ahead and drop that onto your actor, and they'll be able to use it. So alternatively, if you don't want to do the importing method, you can also use this module called directory JSON drop. And what this module does, it allows you to actually drag and drop files from your hard drive on to Foundry, and it will import it in for you. Now you do need to, of course, depending on which panel that you're on, it needs to be related to that. So let's go ahead and do an example. Here you can see that we got our Windows Explorer open, and you can just go ahead and grab the file, drag and drop it into there, and it'll just go ahead and import it for you. And now you can see Magic Missiles here, just from grabbing the file off the Windows Explorer and just dragging it in there. Now, this method does not work if you're going to use the Electrum, the app version. It will not import for that. I think it has to do something either with how it's programmed or the interface, but it works only with browsers only. Using Chrome or Edge, you can use it that way. And if you are using the Windows version of Foundry, all you have to do is log out, or rather, first grab the invite link, log out of your Foundry instance for your admin user or whatever your player, and then just pull up a standard web browser, and you can just log in via that. If you're hosting off your own home PC, you can go ahead and log in that way, and you should be able to drag and drop and import them in. Now, the last part of this video will be covering macros. So let's go ahead and click on our little macro directory, which is here on the bottom left. And that will go ahead and open up your browser. From here, you can just go ahead and, we've already got a test directory created. So all you have to do is click on this little symbol here. It'll ask you to create a script. Usually on the Patreon or or sometimes like macros have to be named specific things. In this case, for example, we'll just go ahead and call it 1. And in here, all you'd have to do is go to the source of where you're grabbing your macro from. In this case, here's a script I've written on my GitLab. And we can just go ahead and copy the whole thing. And then from there we can go back in here, just paste it in, hit save macro, and then that macro will be stored here for you to use. Now sometimes you do need to execute it as a particular user. You can just go ahead and set that there, whether it's going to be game master. Generally you're going to be setting it as game master, but if you want to have it set up as a particular player, or just leave it as none, depending on what the instructions of the macro are, then you can just go ahead and execute it. You can also drag and drop it to your hotbar down here if needed. Sometimes some macros are set up as callbacks, meaning like another macro calls to that macro, which then could call to another macro, where you can set up daisy chaining. Usually this involves using the module advanced macros module. And then for that you can actually pass variables between various macros. But yeah, that pretty much covers everything in this video. If you got any questions, go ahead and hit me up. Thanks for watching. Later.